Um,
Oh
you already
man.
told me where your hometown is, and then you told
Mm,
me where you are from.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I live in Brooklyn. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a proud Tennessean. I
Where are
am.
your parents from?
Memphis as well.
Do you know where their parents are from?
Uh, we are, I mean, we're African American, Black Americans, so that line starts to peter out. My dad's actually an amateur. I don't know if people want me to use the word amateur. He's really into some ancestry DNA, honey.
Okay.
He is into
About you.
ancestry DNA. You know what? I don't know if he'll agree to this, but the next time I go home, I need to interview him. I actually want to interview my family. Well, I want there's a couple of things. My brother would be interesting. This man is responsible for 6 kids. He has 4 biologically and 2 step kids.
Okay.
That's interesting in and of itself. Y'all got a whole baseball team over
How
here.
are y'all blending? Yeah. And what car do you drive?
Right? Good questions. And
Yeah.
that's fascinating too. So everything has these little entry points. My grandma, God willing, and the creek don't rise, as we say in the South, is 93 and will be 94 in July.
Love
And
that
grandma
for
is of,
her.
of sound mind and she loves to talk.
Yes.
So I just want to get her, interview her, period, have her on camera. But I would love to do something formally now. You have to get, she may have to put her teeth in. Sometimes she be walking around with no teeth and no
You
bra, but
know,
it's fine. We're
like,
gonna figure this out.
yeah, before you go on camera, we got to prep. But yeah,
Grandma, we gotta get it together. And my dad loves his doing his stuff with the genealogy and really getting into ancestry.com. And so he could be interesting to interview.
is he
And
retired?
he is retired.
Okay.
He is
Yeah.
retired and he calls me all the time with these random stories of relatives that he has found. And some of it I just be like, okay, I don't know what to do with this. It's a laugh. But other times I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, now he's been mapping out the family tree according to him. And that whole thing is really fascinating anyway, because you get on Ancestry. I had somebody tell me, hey, cuz this man said he might be my third cousin. Some kind of way we related, and he live in Louisiana. Now we are related in some capacity,
Yeah.
but we don't know what that link might be.
Is his last name Adams?
No, but it could be coming from my mom's side, and her side is more fuzzy. Like my dad's side of the family, he has everything pretty mapped out. Like almost back to, I can pretty much say that this was the person who probably enslaved my family.
Ooh.
My mom's side is question marks because no one really talked about, like, my great grandma was born in 1899. So that
Mhm.
means that her parents had to have been enslaved, maybe unless they were super young,
And
at
shit.
which point they were at least like the next set up were
Yeah.
enslaved. But she never talked about, I don't know anything about her family at all. And she died when I was very young, and she just really didn't get into her business like that. No
Yeah.
clue. No clue.
I
So
don't
I
think
don't
I
know. It's
know.
interesting.
I don't know if I know my family on my mom's side after I know my grandmother's maiden name, and that's
Mm,
it. So
yeah.
I could try from there. But I know her maiden name. And I think she was born in the 19 teens.
Mm.
This ain't about me though. So
And I'm over here like, maybe you can find
I
it.
could think, yeah, because
Yeah.
and they were from the North Carolina. I was okay, so I was asking you about Tennessee because I didn't
Yes.
know if it was like, wait, what'd you say?
Oh no, no, I'm good.
Oh, I thought you said Texas. And I was like, no, girl, you
No,
said
no, Tennessee. No, I'm a
okay.
Tennessee girl.
Because I've been looking at, like I said before, the Great Migration. And so
Yeah.
Tennessee is technically still the South. So
Yes.
I'm thinking, like, are they born, raised, and bred there in Tennessee, and you were just getting out because of the time that it is? Or is it like a movement of less of the antebellum deep South into a
That's
step closer to freedom or
it's very
liberation?
fascinating. Actually, it makes me think about the story I want to tell. So next time I go home, okay, yeah, girl, I hope
Mhm.
the relatives are ready to be on camera.
Okay.
My family has largely, I had some relatives that did leave and go to Chicago.
Hmm.
So we have a section of my family that's my great grandma. So my grandma's mom had 5 kids, 5 living children, and she had 2 of her kids that went to Chicago. And
Okay.
also my grandfather, my grandma, my grandma's my great grandma's ex-husband, so my great granddad, he went to Chicago. So there's possibly some people up there that I
Yeah.
don't know who are in Chicago that are related to me. But the majority of my family stayed in Tennessee, and my dad's side of the family is from Mississippi. So I actually want
Mm.
to go and ask them questions. Why did they stay?
Yeah.
What was it that inspired? I mean, that's a question for my grandma. Why didn't you try to go to Chicago? Like her big leap was from going from small town Mississippi to Memphis. That was going to the big city for her, you
Yeah.
know. But she had her brother went to on to Chicago. We have no New Yorkers like, and now on this level, I'm a New Yorker, and then I have a cousin who's here as well, who's a New Yorker. But yeah, that could definitely be an interesting story to tell for sure. Girl, I'm sorry getting into documentaries now. I tell you.
Yes. I done asked, Memphis was generally considered easier or safer for Black people than rural Mississippi during Jim Crow.
Oh, definitely.
So that was her
I
fleeing.
mean, Mississippi is Mississippi. But you know what? Down there is actually really interesting. Like people talk about it in these kind of the big, broad, racist strokes. But when you
Mhm.
actually go, we had our own thing going on. Like another thing my grandma always mentioned to me is that we owned our land. Like we were not, our family was not sharecroppers. Like we
Hmm.
owned our land. So at some point, whoever was, that white slave master, aka one of our relatives, must
Mhm.
have shifted some stuff over at
Yeah.
some point. We didn't get that land out of nowhere. So at some point he must have made it so I have to go and see what questions I can really ask her.
Yeah.
Her sister is still alive too. We country, so my Aunt Vinzi is
Okay.
still alive, and I think Aunt Vinzi is 90. Also very sharp, great memory. Whatever she knows, she'll tell it too.
I
She's
would,
some
like, invite them
I
to the
love her.
podcast too. I would love that because I don't have a lot of older people. They're
Oh,
not my
really?
friends, and that's where I did, like,
Uh,
the primary marketing for this. So I am in the midst of creating a Facebook, guys. It is March. By April,
yeah.
I will sure have a Facebook group.
So that's
Um,
next week, babe.
yeah, yeah.
That's
I have to do
But I
it.
love that. You have to do it.
Yes.
I honestly I think that's yes, because on Facebook, you have all of these groups of people who the people who are looking for missing relatives,
Yep,
and it's a lot of people who are really tapped in. That's where the elders are hanging out. If you want to find some
exactly.
elders to
And I
speak to
want to
about
I
some
wanna
names,
know the
that
elders.
is where they are hanging out. So
I
yes, I
wanna
definitely because
know.
we have a family reunion coming up in August for the Adams side of the family. And then my grandma's side of the family, they do like a fourth Sunday. So I've actually started going down to Mississippi more because as a kid, my mom didn't really want me going down there because she considered it to be the country and she
Yeah.
just was above it all. She was like,
Oh, is she in a bougie
and
tip or in a safety tip?
I think more of like she was a very protective parent.
Okay, okay.
She was very protective of me and my brother. And so like my dad grew up with his mom, my grandma, and my granddad was shipped them to the Mississippi for the summer. The minute school was out, they packed up
Yes.
and they were in Mississippi for the entire summer. That was where they spent their summer. He would have loved to have done that with us. And my mom was like, ain't no way. Ain't no, that's not happening. And I understand why she did that, but I do regret that I didn't get to spend as much time with my great grandma because my great grandma lived to be 102. She
Wow.
just died in 2014. So That was a lot of time that I wish I could have spent more time with her. My dad was like, "Oh, you could have learned to quilt." He wanted to send
Which
me
I
down there
really
for
I would like to learn to knit.
extracurriculars.
Yeah, I would
You're
like
right,
to.
there's another version of me that could have been quilting and horse
Yes.
riding and shooting and out there killing, animals and
Rabbits, yeah,
girl,
deer.
learning how to skin some rabbits because apparently great grandma was a good shot.
I know
And
she
we would
was.
drive up and she would be on her porch playing her harmonica for fun and was a
That's the
church treasurer and yeah, just this whole other
these
thing.
these Black women are so involved, like, this high functioning is
Very.
not new. It's
No, it
just
is not.
documented in a way that people can digest, but
Yes.
no, these women have always been doing multiple shifts.
So much stuff. So there's a lot of things that you could get into for sure. And
Yeah,
like, it depends on how else you want to build. Because even as you were talking, we were thinking about the names. So this
mhm,
morning I was looking really at the history of Amber, which led me to, they have those baby name websites. I don't
mhm.
know. Maybe there's some kind of partnership there or something. I
That's
wonder
okay.
how far into the name ecosystem can you go?
Okay, there is this site, and it's called the
Hmm.
Caballerians.
Okay.
I reached out to them because they have a first name analysis, and it tells you about
Oh,
your name. I will do yours. Um,
oh, fine.
and then and then once we get like into the depth of the podcast,
Okay.
because we're not even done with the demographics. Okay, but I reached out to them and they
Uh,
haven't called me back. And I was like, no, I'm gonna be on y'all ass because this would be a perfect collaboration. I don't know
yeah.
what the Caballerian Society stands for as much.
Mm.
I should probably figure that out. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I do want a partnership with them because where are y'all getting this information? Please share.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
fascinating.
Okay. Hey there. Could you say and spell your first name?
Yes, my name is Amber, Amber.
Okay, and your whole name that you want us
Oh,
to know?
Amber J. Adams,
Okay.
Amber J. Boop, Adams, ADAMS, 1D.
That boop stands for the rest of the name. How old are you or your generation? And
I'm a
or
millennial and I am 41 years old,
whoop
which is
whoop,
wild to me.
right?
Yes, it really is.
Life just keeps happening. I just
Shocking.
each day.
Shocking. Each
Uh,
day.
how do you identify yourself racially?
I am proudly a Black American.
Gender.
I'm a female woman, she, her, all those
Your
things.
highest level of education.
Bachelor's degree in communications with a
Whoop,
minor in
whoop.
sociology. I
Listen,
really want to get a master's in social psychology, but
I
that's a
love
conversation
social
for another
psych.
day.
I
Yeah.
so I created a journal. It's a guided journal ad, but I created a journal that is on my website, and it is it's called Waking Up, a self-guided or a guided healing journal. And in it, I put a page of like sociological social psych because it's like,
Mm,
hey, you're not experiencing this burnout alone. This is actually a part of society that is functioning
yes.
because it's always had to function. So you're just going through the paces. You're not alone. This is not a failure of your own. This is how
Right.
society had to function. And so I have like a social psych page after each chapter because I love social psych and letting people know that it's not just their mind that's out. You're actually part of the average. But
I'm here
anyway.
for it.
How would you define your spirituality on a scale from religious to
Mm.
spiritual to atheist or non-believer?
Who
Yeah,
was it? Was it Marx who said religion is the opiate of the people, or was it Weber?
I'm gonna say Weber because of the Protestant work ethic. You said
Yeah,
religion
is the opiate of the people.
of them. Okay, it was Marx.
Ah,
Ooh.
Still reaching for my sociology knowledge all
You
these years
are.
later. Yeah, I would love to go back to school for that and like flip it because I did comms and then had sociology as a minor, but I would like to turn it the other way and focus in on the sociology because I just have so many. Like I'm just such a
Yeah, we
I'm a
think.
thinker. I'm a thinker. I like to talk. I'm a thinker. I like to discuss. And I need to be in spaces where other people want to do that as well. Because I don't want to say, I mean,
Yeah.
I have friends who are really, really like they go to church every Sunday. And we
Mhm.
push our topics. Like I have one friend, I appreciate her so much because she loves Jesus. But we can still
And
have a conversation. Like I can say what I just said to her and
yeah, and
we
have a
could actually have a
thoughtful.
conversation about it, which I appreciate. My dad, is somebody that we can actually
Mm,
have conversations about this, and he doesn't shut me down. I don't think if my mom was still alive, I don't think she could have gone there with me. I don't think
mhm.
she because I started very early on. I was like 13 when I said, I don't think this makes sense. And she did not like the idea of me
It's
going in that
any
direction.
way.
But
Yeah.
this is where it went, and it even had nothing to do with her dying because a lot of people kind of have these tragic events, and all of a sudden God becomes this horrible thing. Those
Mhm.
questions happened for me even before that happened. I said that there's something about this just don't sound
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It just
I think
doesn't
there's a
sound
lot.
right.
There's a movement of decolonizing religion now, and so
Mm,
I think that we're getting a little more, I wanna say woke, but y'all have
that's
bastardized that.
interesting. I mean, the ultimate decolonization is letting it go.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're
The
taking a
ultimate
step.
decolonization is letting it go. And girl, I don't think they want to let it go.
No, I think it's really gonna go back to the Ethiopian Bible and that blowing up in sales now and people just being like, "I had no idea." So I think that's gonna be the
Interesting. I have to go
next.
study that. I'm curious.
Yeah, that is allegedly the Bible before white people got a hold of it. So,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
So I'm a
yay you.
multifaceted girl.
Is there anything that you would like to tell the audience, like where to find you or what they can expect
Hmm.
from you coming up next?
Yes, find me. I can be found on Instagram at Amber J Adams, and I can be found on LinkedIn at Amber J Adams as well. So one of the things that you can expect to find from me, and I hope that people get into, is that I am doing a series on LinkedIn where I'm interviewing entrepreneurs and founders and just interesting people because I'm looking to really celebrate the energy of humanity through conversations on business and brands and style. So I've been interviewing some really cool people and I want to do more of that because when I was a kid, I think I always wanted to have a little microphone in my hand. And growing up in the South, that wasn't necessarily something I was encouraged to do, or the way in which it would have been encouraged would have been very specific. I never play I like to say I didn't play mommy and daddy with my dolls. My dolls were my audience. So now I feel like I am rerouting back to a dream that I've always had, which is to really be able to like host conversations and ask people questions and have a lot of fun, really inspiring people. I hope along the way to see their lives differently and to take action and just kind of make the most of every day.
Love that. Love, love,
Yeah.
love.
Connect
Okay.
with me.
Yes, please. Watch her shorts on LinkedIn, guys. I might have some coming.
Yes, that's what they are.
Because
They're my LinkedIn shorts.
yeah. Okay. Deep breath.
I'm ready.
Tell me about your name.
My name, Amber Jade Adams. Amber apparently was picked. My mom picked my name.
Mhm.
My father said he had absolutely no say in the matter. He was told that he would not be choosing
The whole
the
name.
name, the whole
First
name.
and
He didn't
middle.
choose
Okay.
my first, yeah. Last name Adams came from him, but first and middle. I think my mom had this fear, and we laugh about it, but I think she had this fear. So my father's side of the family is from Mississippi, and
Mhm.
they have a lot of those traditional
Come to the
Southern
podcast, y'all.
Mississippi
Yeah.
names where my grandma is like Lou Doris, my great grandma is Lou Ella. There's,
Oh.
the names on that side of the family are those, they're
Mhm.
of a very specific thing.
Yeah.
And I think
You know
my
why that
mom was like,
is?
"I will not be." I was like, "Dad, did you want me to be little Lou Amber?" He would start laughing. Do I
Amber
know why
Lou?
that is?
Yes.
Oh gosh,
Do
no. Um,
the
I think
name.
it's just a sign of the times, or like kind of where you're oriented. And maybe I don't know how you felt about it. I need to ask my grandma, but how
It's,
does she feel about being Lou Doris? Where did that come from?
yes.
And
So
you also had people who down there where the pronunciation is
mhm,
very different because you have the accent, and then you might have like a little bit of not the best articulation in the way
mhm.
that we know what we define as articulate today. So
Yeah,
there's also that at play too.
they have different emphasis on syllables than what we have today, and so that
Yes, they
creates a
do.
different sound.
It's
But
even me to them, it's Amber. I'm like, my grandma, I'm trying to think how she pronounced my name. Very slow. It's very like Amber. Like it's like
oh, yeah.
yes, because when you have a name that has all these vowels happening in it,
You gotta honor
though the pronunciation tends to get really interesting, even when I travel, whether I'm at home. So I'm many variations of Amber I have heard. It just
okay.
lets me know where I am at the time.
That's so interesting. Okay, what I was gonna say was,
Mm,
these distinctive names, the very
mhm.
signature Southern names, were
Yeah.
created during times of enslavement. And side tangent one, I think it's because of our ancestors bringing in their actual language because they were being renamed, but you know that you
Yeah.
don't need to be renamed. So we're still identifying each other by the names that were given from our
Ah, interesting.
natural, yeah,
Yeah.
not these Americanized names. But also during times of enslavement, um, children or people in general, like Black people, would have
Mm,
these very unique names, I'll say, like
mm.
country, what we call now, but they're very unique.
Yeah.
So that when you go, if perhaps, if for instance, heaven forbid, you have been traded off or something like that,
Oh,
you
they
can
can
get
find
word
you.
because there's only one Federica.
Wow, that's so
Yeah.
fascinating. Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so
That
that's
makes
how
a
they
lot of
got word around, and it stays there, which is so
yes,
interesting. Yeah.
yes. So, that generation, and then it kinda goes a little bit different for each one. So, like, my aunt is Lillian, like, so
Mhm.
different name, like, she didn't end up with that, but my mom, I don't know. She was like, "Yeah, no, I'm
She
in
has a
charge of this
tightness. Yeah.
here." And so what they think, like, what my dad and my aunt both said, that they think that she got it from, like, a soap opera, because I was
Mm.
born in the '80s.
Mhm.
Everybody and their mom literally was watching their stories on TV,
Yeah.
watching these soap operas, and somebody's name was Amber
It's a
in
general
in the mix. And so Amber, I learned, peaked in popularity in like 1986. And
okay.
by 2000 and like 5, it completely like kind of fell off, and like now is ranked like in the thousands somewhere as a popular baby name. But in 1986 was kind of like its moment. That's where it just trended up. So most of the Ambers you meet were born in the 80s, the early 90s, and in the 70s. It's kind of like our span. But
Mm.
I did learn as well that there is a book that was written in the 1940s that was very salacious at the time because it had to deal with um, England and like queens and kings and stuff. But basically, this lady had a baby out of wedlock in like the 1800s, didn't tell the father about it, but she was trying to pretend like she had more nobility than she actually had, but she had none. But
Oh,
she
okay.
named her daughter Amber for the color of her lover's eyes. And so the book was called Forever Amber. And Forever Amber
Oh.
made a big splash in the 1940s. It was banned in several states because it had many different scenes where Amber was out there. Amber was
Oh,
doing some things that
Amber
she
had a
didn't need.
life. Okay.
Amber had a life, Amber had a past. And so Amber started to trend up around that time too as a
Um,
popular name.
right.
So there might be some older Ambers out there that actually were named for this character in this book called Forever Amber. But I'm more familiar with that was news to me. I said, oh wow, this is so fascinating. But with the Ambers of the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s as being kind of this clique of names where, we could go hang out with the Jessicas, the
Yep.
Tiffany's, the
Hmm.
Michelle's, the Nicole's. You know, we have that grip on that time.
I know this, but I hadn't fully connected the thought. So I knew that
Mm,
like some names were popular around certain times. And of course,
yeah.
that could be anything. Like anytime somebody hears a name on a mass scale, it's like, that's pretty. I love it. And
Yeah.
so to think that so many names were influenced by a soap opera, or
Mm.
I talked to someone the other day whose name was influenced by a Greek goddess. And it's just
Oh, very
like,
lovely.
huh?
I said that's lovely. It's
Oh,
interesting me how
the names
where they
come out
pick
of
names
nowhere.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my
And
middle
that
name is Jade, which goes with Amber very well, I
mhm.
think. Two colors, two
Yes.
mineral, two stones. It
Amber
just goes.
is a orangish.
Amber is like a golden kind of brown color.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's pretty.
it's like fire.
Yeah. It's really lovely. So
And
actually
then
I really
jade
like
is
that.
a nice green.
Jade is a green. It's like a light green. Seen a lot in, I want to say, like Chinese symbolism, jewelry. Jade means something specific there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there any other family traditions that you have for naming? Like, are the boys
Hmm.
juniors and thirds and fourths?
So
Do
my
the
brother has made my nephew, my brother, his name is Zachary, and he named his son Zachary. His first son is Zachary after him. Well, funnily enough, my brother had first child was a girl, second child was a girl. She has two middle names because he wanted a Z sound in there somewhere. So
yeah,
she is her middle name, one of her middle names is Isabella. Because simply
Isabel.
only for Isabella, only for this reason because he wanted some kind of Z sound in there because he didn't know if he would have another child. But then he went on to indeed have a son.
Boy.
And so he named him Zachary, but he's not Zachary Jr. because my mom was very protective of my brother's name. And so I call my brother Zachary. I do not call him Zach. Other people
Mm,
call him Zach, but like our immediate family, we only call him Zachary because my mom was like, no one is to call him Zach. Like she did not want that. He's Zachary. So
okay.
my nephew, who I will never call Zach, he is Zachary to me as well, is the second. So he's Zachary Adams the second rather than
Mm,
Zachary Adams Jr. because we thought Jr. just kind of made it seem it took it down a couple of
it
notches.
is, yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah, it took it
second
down.
passes it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Is it
he's the
the
second.
same first, middle, last, or is it just
Yep.
first and last are the same? So he's a true second. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know why your mom was so protective? Oh, first, is it
Mhm.
Zachary or Zachary?
Zachary with a Zachary.
AR. Okay. Do you know why your mother was so particular about that name?
I think she just had like this view of her children as special people because I also found out that my aunt told me that she originally wanted me to be known as Amber Jade. Like she wanted my whole
Mhm.
name
Mhm.
to be said. So I don't know when she gave that up, but she did win that on the Zachary thing. That continues on. But she wanted my whole name to be Amber Jade, and then she wanted names that had a oomph to them.
Mm,
Like she wanted them to
yeah.
feel elevated and a bit classy. And yeah,
So
that's what happened.
did you have nicknames around the house or is it always Amber?
Yes. nicknames, but not a nickname that was a derivative of Amber. Whereas I have like, friends who call me Ams,
Yeah.
Ambi, like you have to really know me to call me either one of those things. But
Hmm.
in my house, I was not like my dad calls me Nippy and my mom called me Pumpkin. So like it had nothing to do with Amber. I know.
Okay.
You're on the podcast with Pumpkin today.
Look, Nikki going
I
live.
know. Which is also Whitney Houston's nickname, and I
That's
didn't
what I thought
know
of. Yes.
that
Yeah.
was her nickname until unfortunately she passed away. But yeah, no, my dad has called me Nippy since I was a baby and will still randomly call me Nippy now, which he did because he said I would nip on the food. So I would never like drink the full
Oh.
bottle. I would leave a little bit and come back, which I
Mm.
still do to this day. Like if you go in my fridge right now, there are several half eaten and maybe quarter eaten things. Whoopsie.
Nippy lives on. Okay.
Nippy lives on.
So you told me about the nicknames. How
Mm.
was it with your name growing up?
With my name growing up, I mean, you know what, to be honest with you, I think I was bored with my name growing up. As a kid, I thought I wanted to be Jessica or something.
Hmm.
I don't
Were there
know.
other Ambers?
Amber didn't really clicked with me for a long time, I have to say. There were other Ambers, a few other Ambers, because I mean, I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, in a black
Mhm,
neighborhood, and Amber isn't typically a black name. Like you don't
mhm.
meet a lot of black Ambers. So when the other black Ambers meet each other, we get real excited about. We're like, ah, Amber,
Yeah,
black
it's a
Amber.
party.
It's a party. It's an Amber party, but it wasn't. There was one other Amber who was like a grade below me, but no one else that was in my same space. And even when I went to high school, there was like an Amber above me, but I never had another Amber
In your
in
year.
my. Yeah, in my actual year. I don't think I know. We didn't have another Amber.
So
They
you were
were
never Amber A.
no. I was always Amber. I was never Amber A. That would not have sat well with me.
It's so interesting. It's so
That
interesting. If
would
there were
never sit well with me at all.
what
Yeah.
did your mother call you when she was upset with you?
Amber.
Amber? No, Amber
Yeah.
Jade. Okay.
No, it would be Amber. But the tone changes. You get into the black
Just now
mom
a stern
tone that
holler.
you just
Yeah.
knew. She could shut me down
Awesome.
with a look. That yeah, was the thing. So she didn't have to take it too far.
Okay. Good kids unite.
Mm.
Um, so when was the turning point where you started to appreciate Amber?
Hmm. When did I finally start to appreciate Amber? Probably when I started writing, when I
Oh,
became a writer and actually got to see my name in print. And when I started going by Amber J. Adams, which I
mhm.
always go by now. If you call me Amber Adams, I get very upset. I hate it when I go to events and because I put Amber J. Adams for a
Mhm.
reason. And
Yeah,
when people introduce me as Amber Adams, it really pisses me off.
you
So
should
I think
invest, Jeffrey. Yeah,
once
yes.
I started writing and actually had a byline and my, articles, I started in high school as a writer. I wrote in college and then I wrote for newspapers. I worked at Essence. I worked at Cosmopolitan for a little bit and interned at different places. So I got to see my name and knew
Mhm.
my name was actually going out there and it is in people's houses and it is now a different thing. I think that's when I really started to appreciate it, like just the brevity of it, Amber J. Adams, and just I don't know, it sounds good when I say it. So that was,
Mm.
I think, the moment where I said, you know what, I do like my name a
Yeah.
lot. And I think it lands.
Are you
Yeah.
still going through, like, levels of love with your name now? Or do you think that
Yeah,
you
I
you got
actually feel like my middle name doesn't get enough love.
Ooh,
But it's
I
almost
do
like
like
this
Amber
little
Jade.
thank you. It's almost like this little secret that, like but people always they see the J all the time. So sometimes they will ask me what does the J actually stand for because I don't use my full name in really any cases. So I think it's almost like this little secret part of me, like the J is there and then it's Jade. And then Jade to me feels like how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. I
Yes.
see Jade as being the more with
Ooh,
it, sassy.
yeah,
Like Amber's like the friendly girl. Like, I'm very bubbly. I'm a bubbly girl. But
yeah.
Jade to me is like, no, we mean business
This
and we're not playing any games. Yeah. I
How
think that's
often
what
do you
Jade
think
stands
about
in.
Jade?
As needed.
Perfect answer. Perfect. Uh,
Uh-huh.
have you met another Black Jade in person?
Yes, I have a friend. Her name is Jade. Love you, Jade. Yeah.
Shout out to the Jades. Have
Shout
you
out
met
to Jade.
another? Wait, are we shouting out to Jade or shouting out to Amber?
All of them. I have met a lot of, or not met, but I have a lot of Facebook friends who are Amber Adams.
Ooh, first and last.
Because yes, we have the exact same name. When we got on Facebook way, way back in the day, the first thing that you did, well, the first thing I did was look for other people with my name, and I found them and I befriended them.
Mm,
And
mm,
so me and these Amber Adams, I mean, we've gone through life. At this point, I've seen them have kids. I've seen marriages. I've seen divorce. I saw one Amber go from being Amber Adams to Amber something else to back to Amber Adams to now
okay.
she got a new husband. She's Amber something else.
Oh.
Yeah. And we have never met in person, but these are women who we always cheer each other on. I'm like, oh, the baby's gotten big. And, we just
Mm,
have like this whole
community.
little community because, yeah, we have the exact same name. There's another Amber Adams who, good guy, I wish you could find this. Somewhere her email address and mine are similar. And she must have a number, something is off, or maybe she doesn't have the check. I don't know what it is.
Mm,
But throughout, I've gotten several different emails for her. So like I can tell you random things about her life. I was like, oh, Amber went to Switzerland. Oh, Amber is getting sushi tonight for dinner. Amber has a movie
now she's
pass.
getting sushi tonight.
I mean, the pizza, like all kinds of stuff. I'm like, oh, Amber is really busy. And it's kind of interesting to see her doing these things because I'm like, well, what am I doing?
Mm, you're doing what you're supposed to. I get that.
Doing what I'm supposed to, but I'm like, I want this Amber wants to go to Switzerland too.
I
Yeah.
recently found out that there is another Shanae just like the next
Mm.
town over, and she's a dentist. And so
Oh,
I was like,
interesting. Y'all need to go have a chat.
we do, and she's white,
A white Shanae.
a white
That's
Shanae.
interesting.
It's a
Yeah, y'all should read
popular
about that.
white name, not like
I
up there,
did not know this.
but I think it's Sinead O'Connor. And what was the other one? It's a singer,
Oh.
Shania Twain.
Oh, Shania Twain, and so
Somewhere
people
in
came up
there.
with Shanae.
Yeah, somewhere in there, they get crossed and
Wow.
stuck. Yeah. And my dad has no
Mm.
idea where he got my first name from, so it
So
could have
your
been.
dad named you.
Yeah,
Oh, fascinating. Yeah,
my
my
aunt
dad
gave
didn't
me
get
my
that
middle name,
opportunity.
but my dad named me.
My dad, he did give my brother his middle name, but he had nothing to do with the naming. It was
No,
of me.
Zachary. Oh,
No, no, my mom came up with
middle.
Zachary too.
Okay, yeah.
But Zachary is Nigel. So my dad, that was his contribution, which I
Nigel.
think he said was actually after like a race car driver. And that's how he got that. I don't know where it exactly came from. But yeah, no, it's really fascinating. So he got a little something, a little involvement. But with my
Yeah,
name, my mom was like,
she threw him a crumb.
which I
Yeah,
kind of admire that. I mean, it's like I'm the one having this baby, so
I know what's going on here, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
hmm. Interesting. Oh, but
yeah.
I second that because I was like, we're both Dr. Shanae. And then I met a Dr. C.H. Shanae with two E's.
Oh,
And so it's just like, it's so interesting the little
mm,
details that we have in common. And it's just based on a name that we didn't get to pick in most cases. And so seeing those
right.
people like, oh, there's a white Shanae. I wonder if she ever got discriminated against. I wonder if people thought that she was black.
Black. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Probably.
Imma email her.
Mm,
Oh, well,
yeah, you
yeah.
should. You guys should come on the podcast. That would be great.
Yes, that's what I want. That's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna email her for real now. Um, so I don't know if this is if this applies to you, has
Mm.
your name or nickname changed over time? Have you ever allowed people to spell like Amber with a Y?
Oh, I tried to spell Amber differently one time.
Yeah?
My friend from middle school would tell you this. I put in an I and it looked like Ambier, and
Am
I think I tried to say the I was silent. Like, that was when I was in my stage of, like, I felt like Amber was a
you need
boring
to
name,
change.
we need
Yeah.
to jazz it up some kinda way, and I definitely went through a stage of putting in an I, and my mom was like, "I didn't spell your name that way," but, she just kinda was like, "Okay, Imma let her rock." But I did do that for a while in the 7th grade, and then eventually I was like, "I just gotta accept my name is
You got yeah.
Amber."
Yeah.
But over time, no, I think the biggest thing that has happened over time is now becoming Auntie Amber,
Mhm.
and I enjoy that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, being Auntie Amber is pretty cool. It's like, "Oh, wow," like, I don't know, it feels like the maturation of my name was like, "Oh, I'm Auntie Amber," and then I
Mhm.
think, like, every now and then, I'm like, "Wow, I'm gonna be a great aunt one day because it's a lot of somebody's gonna procreate," and I'm like, "Wow, that'd be fun to be like, on this level of, like, a grandma type,
Yeah.
universe willing to be like, oh, to see the name Amber age in that way because it feels like it's of such a time and place to me, and so to see hopefully see, Amber become 70 and 80, and it's like, "Oh,
Mhm.
wow, that's really fascinating. Here's
That
this name that"
is.
and then, of course, I hope for a resurgence.
Yes. So they'll know, maybe somebody will be inspired by your story, and then they'll
Maybe,
research
really.
in the
Yeah.
next generation or 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Gonna name their kid
interesting.
Amber. It's very solid name. 10 out of 10. I
I
recommend.
hadn't I hadn't thought about the name changing over time to being like aunt
Yeah.
or grandmother or huh.
Yeah. To be like, oh, someone's great aunt Amber. And
Do
like,
you
yeah, just see Amber just in this way. Cause to me, it sounds like a very youthful name.
yeah,
When I think about older names, I think about like my mom's name was Shirley and she hated it. She did not like her name at all. But that's a name you don't really hear. When I see young Shirley, which every now and then I do meet a young Shirley, it always makes me
really?
smile. But
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, like this is actually really an old name that I think my mom thought was old when she had it. But if she had lived, she would have been an older
sure.
Shirley,
Yeah,
which
that's
feels right now. Like,
yeah.
at that moment you reach the point to like you think about somebody named like Deborah today. Like
Yeah.
that's an old name to saddle a child with, but it's a name they will grow into. Whereas I feel like Amber has a little Benjamin Button quality to it,
You
where
do
it's like
seem youthful.
it's a very youthful name to me. Like Amber, it just kind of like I don't
Yeah.
see an 80, maybe because I've never met an 80-year-old Amber, or like Ambers to me were always just in this very specific moment in time. So it's interesting
Mm,
to see that, over time we will, age, the name will continue to go with us. Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you talk about what your name means?
To me
No, like the
or just
actual
in general?
yeah.
Because amber it means it has a couple of different meanings. So amber is a perfume, it's a scent.
Yeah.
Amber is also, of course, the color of my energy, if anybody gets that. Amber is also the resin that,
Yep. Mm,
is made into the jewelry, but that people would trap bugs in for whatever reason. I don't know why, but
I
it's a name with a lot of energy attached to it for it to be such a small name. It has like comes from Arabic,
uh-huh.
but then was adapted into like English and French as they, people I guess used amber more. But yeah, it's a lot going on
It
with my
is.
name. It
So,
is.
it says it signifies warmth, natural
Yes.
beauty, and in some
Love.
contexts, fierce or radiant.
I love
And
all of
then
those things.
if we think of your name in the way that your mother intended it, you're a
Hmm.
warm, beautiful, natural precious stone. Because
I think
Jade,
she would have agreed with that. I
yeah,
think that was honestly what she wanted to get to because my mom didn't know if she was gonna have kids. So like by the time she actually had me, yeah, I was very precious to her,
yeah,
like for sure. So yeah. So
I
yeah,
think
warm
that's
precious song. I
beautiful.
love that. That's phenomenal. Like I
Yeah,
named my company Amber Career Studio, and then I have Amber Brand Studio, and then my next venture is Amber in the City. And I put my name in there intentionally, one, because yes, I am Amber, but also for that meaning, for the energy that I think Amber has, that when we think about it in those spaces, whether you're building a brand or you're building out your career and like navigating through challenges and change, you need that fierceness, you need
yeah,
that energy, you need that radiance. So I say that I'm helping people find that radiance that they have, but maybe it's just, it's stuck or trapped in some way. And so there's this energetic component of helping them bring that out. Yeah.
that's
Thank
for
you.
you. That was good. That was
Yeah.
really good. I like that. Have you thought about going by Amber Jade at all in your
I
business?
do on my resume because I think it stands out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my resume does say Amber Jade Adams, because I feel like, it's memorable. And it's a cool name and
It
it's
goes
short.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
together. And just in case any other Amber Adamses are out there, because I know they are.
Jade.
Um,
Yeah,
I need
not Amber Jade
a
Adams. Yeah.
differentiator. Yes.
Um, what was I about to ask you? Gosh. Do people mispronounce your name?
No. It's just said differently with different accents, but it's never
Right.
mispronounced. That would drive me crazy. Who
Because who
who
hasn't
can
seen
mispronounce Amber? It's very
Am
straightforward.
Amber? Which it all,
I
if you
mean,
try and it sounds like an accent.
yeah, it's all gonna sound it's just depending on the accent because in Spanish you have the A and the E don't sound like our A and E pronunciation in English. So it comes out automatically amber,
Yeah.
like it's amber, like it really has a different sound. French, it sounds different. They amber, like they did that. And I think it's on the R, they hit it hard. So that
Yeah.
was cool when I went to Paris and I was like, oh yeah, amber. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is new.
You meant that. Yeah.
And then when I was in the UK, amba, like that pronunciation of it was very different as well. So it is fun having a name with vowel sounds, with a vowel sound at the about at the beginning, because it
Yes.
automatically
It
you just
changes.
it changes. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, I
Wow.
appreciate it. I liked being amba and amba. And I answer to all of it.
Yes.
And
Do
then
you
Jade in Spanish is Jade because the
Jay?
J, the
Yeah.
J is not pronounced the way we pronounce J. It's pronounced with H. So
So,
that's fun.
do you see your name Amber Jade as
Mhm.
creative?
I do. I do. I don't think I ever thought of it that way, but I do see it as creative. I do think it is creative to have two minerals, gems,
Mhm.
colors together, and they aren't colors that are like, it's not like, no offense to little blue ivy. It's not like my name is blue
Sapphire.
purple,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like a color where it's like the basic of whatever. Like you have
Yes.
to go out of your way to find amber. You have to go out of your way to find jade. Like those really elevate, like they command you to have a different description of
Mhm.
what you're looking for. If you want something amber colored, that's very specific. If you want it jade
Yeah.
colored, that's very specific. So I do think it is creative in that way.
Love that.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
I'm going to read the thing. This is from the Caballerian Society, who partner with me if you're listening. It says your first name of Amber has given you a responsible, expressive, inspirational, and friendly personality.
Mm,
Expression comes naturally to you, and you are rarely at a loss for words. In
that is
fact,
true.
you have to put forth effort at
Yes.
times to curb your overactive tongue.
Yeah,
Is this clicking?
that is 100% clicking. That's very true.
There's so much.
You have to send that to me. I want to see it.
I'm gonna send you the link, but I can email you too, because I don't know if you'll remember after we get off the call.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, there's so much more. But I think that that site is so interesting.
That is
Um,
fascinating.
if somebody says Amber's coming, just the name,
Mm.
they don't know who it is, who would they expect to walk in the door? Like,
Hmm.
describe that person.
I think it depends on the person that's being said to. Amber is coming, like whoever is on the receiving end of that information that Amber is coming, I think that will color who they believe Amber might be. I think that
Um,
most people don't think of Black Ambers, so there's that. Depending if you're talking to like a group of white people, and then maybe if it's a group of Black people, they might think yeah, Amber is white as well. But I
yeah,
don't think it's me.
I think the one safe assumption is that it's a girl. Amber
Yes,
is a
that's the
female.
one. The Amber is a female. That's like the one, and probably yeah, safe assumption for sure.
We can't
But
say
other than that,
age because Amber's had a resurgence a little bit.
well, I think we should have a resurgence. But I think
Oh,
age-wise, I think you could guess 30s,
millennial-ish.
mid-30s, millennial, definitely
Yeah,
millennial, Gen X for sure.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. But
Huh.
other than that, could be anybody.
Okay. Have you named someone else?
My goddaughter, I did give them the idea for her name. My youngest goddaughter is Bailey, and I was the one who offered that up. I wonder if
Because of
they remember
her
this. I'm gonna
family?
ask them, like, do y'all remember that I named Bay? But
They
yeah,
probably
but they're gonna remember now.
Yeah, a whole
Yeah.
conversation where they make up a story. Nope, we knew Bailey was the one. Where did you
No,
get
that was
Bailey
me.
from? And how do you
I don't
spell
even remember. Bayleigh. And so her mom was the one who picked out the spelling of it because it could go like Bailey
the
in the other
lead?
direction.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think she wanted another B name. Because she had two in the middle that have M names, and then the oldest has a B name. So I think that's
Mm,
how.
yeah.
But I don't remember where Bailey came from specifically, but she liked it and she went with it. And so I take credit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the questions that I have for you about your name. Is there anything else that you want to say about your name and identity or naming for now? Anything, a story to tell that we didn't get to?
I don't think so. I feel like such a deep appreciation for my name now. I love things that have my initials on them.
Yeah,
I remember back in the day, that's why we need another Amber resurgence. Back in the day when you were a kid and you could, well, I guess you never could get that
okay.
little license plate, but I did. I had a bunch of Amber. I had my name on a lot of stuff. I had my and the name, the Amber license plate, you could get the keychain, the
Okay.
whole thing. It was enough of a name that it was out there, and now it's gone. So that
It's
kind of sucks.
gone. Oh,
Yeah, I can't get it.
um,
No, what a
did your
bummer.
parents find it important for you to have your name around things?
Hmm. I don't know. I think I found it important.
Okay, and that's fair because you had the license plates, so you could do it for yourself.
Exactly. I can do it for myself. I think it was me, but yeah, no, I love my initials. AJA. I sign my emails AJA. Yeah,
AJ Aid?
AJA
Oh, okay. I thought you okay, okay. Mhm.
flips backwards and forwards. I don't know, it's just cool. I love my name. I think
Ooh,
it's great.
it is great. I didn't
Yeah, I
realize your
take it.
initials did the thing. Wow,
Yeah,
huh.
yeah. Solid name, fits on the Scantron, only 14 letters. It
People
works.
really go through it. With a long name, they really go through it.
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's not my struggle, I will
It's
say.
not.
It's not my struggle. It fits very neatly and compactly on everything that it needs to be on. It works for me.
Love that for you. Wow. You're like one of the few people that did actually take advantage of the license plates. Like, since you found your name, why not have it?
Yeah, I think I still have one
Why?
at home. I should bring it back to New York, yeah.
Okay.